Hello?
Have you checked the children?
They're all pots, all of them.
Whatever you do, don't fall asleep.
I'm afraid!
Don't be afraid!
No. Be afraid. Be very afraid.
Here's Gingy.
Pain has a face. Allow me to show it to you. Gentlemen, I am pain.
I met this 6-year-old child with this blank, pale, emotionless face. The blackest eyes. The devil's eyes.
You think that when you die, you go to heaven. You come to us.
Hi, I'm Chucky. Wanna play?
I think he's in trouble.
Julie, this guy, if he can't take a joke, he stinks.
When there's no more room in hell, the dead will walk here.
Greetings, Flesh Wound Radio freaks, and welcome to a brand spanking new episode of Flesh Wound Radio. I am Daniel Shine, joined as always by Todd Loya and Pugs Dread. Gentlemen, how goes your evening?
It would go a lot. It would go a lot better if you had headphones, because I can still hear the goddamn theme music as soon as I unmute you.
Oh, my bad.
Namaste.
Then I can't wear the hat.
Earbuds, dude.
Simple.
Yeah. Earbuds. Or the wireless ones.
Okay. I've got a lot of stuff to still get. I've got to get the webcam.
We'll start with the one that we can hear every time we start the show.
Okay.
You know what? Wear the goddamn hat like Jerry the King Lawler and just put that shit on top of the headphones.
BJR?
No. Yes, Jared. Yeah. Well, I actually meant the King because he used to wear the crown during commentary.
Did he really? I don't remember that. Oh, he did for like the longest time. Yeah.
But yeah, JR wore the hat too, didn't he?
Yep.
Yes.
There you go, Dan.
Well, I will work out the tech. I don't like the little, maybe they're better now, but I've never been a big fan of the smaller ear things.
It's the only head hole you don't like filled.
Yeah.
That's messed up. It's messed up.
He didn't argue, Bugs.
Spoiler Todd.
Oh, no, I wasn't.
My brain went to header, too.
Yeah, but that's not where I was going, Dan, so that's your own fault.
Well, that's the way I took it. My mind's always in the gutter. So.
No, I was talking about a full mouth, but go ahead.
So anyway, you see, friends like these. So yes, what have you guys been up to this fine evening? I know there's no like exciting answers for that right now, but what have you been up to?
Speak for yourself. I've been watching movies and TV shows. I'm having the time of my goddamn life.
Yeah.
You binged Waco, right? We'll probably have an episode on that at some point.
I did. In one sitting, I thought since I'd seen it before, I'd fall asleep, or at least get like an episode. Next thing you know, it's like 7 in the morning, and I've seen all 6 episodes. One sitting.
I mean, I know we've had pieces done. I know we had Sacrament, but how have we not had like a really good, like long miniseries of Jim Jones?
It has to be coming. Oh, Sacrament is shit. I love that movie. It has to be coming.
Yeah, it was almost too close to like it was a Jim Jones story, but it wasn't. I don't know. I had a couple issues with it, but it is really good.
That's insane. It is a Jim Jones story.
Yeah, I don't know why they didn't
change the names. Why buy the rights when you don't have to?
Right.
You have to buy the rights?
I'm sure you would have to pay somebody some restitution.
Well, no, that's interesting. We need to get our fellow lawyer friend on to answer questions like these. But it's a historical event. Why couldn't I do it? Oh, yes, patreon.com/fleshwoundfeatures, where you can hear us talk about crazy things like Waco and more and more content being added today. Support us. Only start $1.
I think I just added a new level to the $3 perk. Hatless Dan picks.
There's hatless Dan picks out there.
Shut up. We're trying to get some money.
I know, God damn it, Dan. Always fucking it up.
I will. How about
put your yarmulke on? We're trying to make some money.
Yeah.
How about shirtless Dan picks, and I will talk in.
Oh God.
But that's got to be at least $20 because they charge that on OnlyFans, and I'm not giving it.
All right, there goes Dan. Well, we'll let him back.
All right.
I don't know if we're going to let him speak yet, but at least he's there.
Know your role.
All right, Dan, you're back.
Oh, he knows sign language.
He started talking nonsense. We had to cut it off.
It's all good. I'm just trying to make us some money. So, yeah, Patreon.com.
No, we were trying to make some goddamn money, and then you fucking said, oh, you can get those for free.
I'm just saying they exist,
Right.
but I wasn't born with this awesome hat. So, yes, the episode today is Porno Freaks, which may be one of the best titles we've ever had.
Yes.
It's got to be pretty good.
Which is also Dan's nickname.
Right now, that is accurate. So
right now, that's
come on. Everybody's a porno.
The only
right?
difference is, Dan, you're using your Walmart time masturbating instead now. That's the only difference.
And movie time, I go to AMC.
You're still you're using that driving time in there too.
Yeah, well, it is what it is. It's also a sad day because
what shirt are you wearing so we know who's dying next week?
Oh, he's the one that's killed people.
Yeah, it's became your thing now, Dan. Peter Jackson, R.I.P.
Well, Peter Jackson's not on this,
but it's a Peter Jackson shirt, so I'm counting it. Peter Jackson dies, it's Dan's fault.
That's fine. Who's Pug? You've taken out a lot of them, Pugs.
I don't know.
My streak.
Whoa! I just figured it out. It's double. He's double fucked. Pugs, what have you been watching all week?
Oh shit! I started watching Lord of the Rings. Yeah, he's a goner. I love you, Pete.
The extended cuts.
Yeah, I have one more that I'll do today.
I'll tell you just because it's fun. I've only seen the first two.
You're fucking crazy.
But I like the original. I'm not fanatical about those movies.
I really like them, but I never revisited them with the extended cut. But Todd, you don't really care about these movies, and you usually save the last one to make sure it doesn't end. So what's the deal with this one?
I really stopped caring.
Oh, okay. That's crazy. One episode, one entry, one movie.
I know. Another 4 hours. What do I have?
Or you can watch the theatrical, 2.5.
Come on, it's still like 3.
You'll want to watch the. I mean, you got to commit.
Okay, we're going too far. Too much nerd.
Yeah, too much.
We're talking about fucking Lord of the Rings on our Porno Freak show. Now, if you want to talk about your Lord of the Rings porn parody, that'd be. Oh no, that's a different show.
Porn of the Rings.
How do you think the hobbits get those like big hands, dude? Yeah. I mean, they know they're porno freaks.
The hobbits have foot fetishes. That's my
Dan's people.
I don't get foot people. I don't. I've never been like.
I will introduce you to one.
Look at I know who you're talking about.
Do you?
Look at. You told me this story.
Oh, okay.
You might. Yeah.
All right.
Met the person.
Okay.
You have. That's right.
That's right.
I just don't get it. It's like, oh, look at those.
Meaty souls. That was my favorite fucking line. I've never heard that before.
Meaty souls.
Yeah. That's awesome.
Hey, nothing wrong with it. I just don't get it. I'm not like.
That's like me with your sub ass. I don't get it either.
God. I just don't get it. Like I don't get like
That's
I've
what I
never,
said. I just don't get it.
I've never popped a chub when it's like sandal season. Like I just don't. I don't know. Like I'm not like, oh, look at them flip flops.
Just spaghetti season or Sixth Sense season.
In jokes that I do not appreciate.
Hold on, one, they're not in jokes. We've openly talked about them on the show. Like he went a 20-minute rant on fucking Sixth Sense Child, and Dan has a fear of spaghetti that we've talked about a few times.
It's not a fear of spaghetti. It's a phobia about getting that certain food on my skin.
Is phobia not a synonym for fear?
It is.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Sorry. I'm hitting the wrong button.
Yeah. I'm just saying.
All right, what are we reviewing, Dan?
Spaghetti.
Let's talk. Not literally, but still, let's talk some porno. All right. So our first film of the evening is from Fangoria and director Keola Rosella, and it is porno. Oh man, they're lucky they got distribution. Abe is a burgeoning perv with a guilty conscience. Todd is Abe's spazzed out BFF and partner in crime. Chaz is a girl with a boy's name who hides her feelings behind a thick layer of goth eyeliner. Ricky is the star jock with a secret in his pants he dare not expose. What these uptight dweebs could never have guessed is that the wholesome movie theater they work at used to have a lot more than just gum stuck to the seats. When a remnant of the theater's porno past surfaces, the kids are visited by a sex demon that gives them a taste of the dark side. All right, that is porno. So not literal porno, but there you have it. Very interesting title choice to me, but I suppose
I think they went for shock value because it's a little unnecessary.
Yeah. Well, whoever wants to go first, I'll tag you guys in first.
Todd,
Go for it.
first?
Oh, okay. Are we still deciding? Okay, yeah. Well, this was my pick, so I guess I'll go first. No, this was Pug's pick. That doesn't matter.
Because you're a porno freak.
Yeah.
It's a brand new movie.
Yes. Yeah, I didn't see a trailer or anything. I was sold on the graphics and the name, as you can see. So I like horror like stuck in a place, and even more like the few that there are stuck in a movie theater. So it had that going in for me. I thought the story was easy enough. The succubus was easy on the eyes. She had magical powers Dan would kill for. But this, yeah, I really liked it. But I do agree that the title,
Unnecessary.
yeah, it definitely is.
There's a more clever name out there than
But you
porno.
know what? But it caught my interest and made me want to see it. So
Of course.
Why not call it porno demon or
Well, that gives it away a little bit, but
porno?
no, not even really. I don't know, but they could have put Fangoria Presents Porno just to make it a little safer. And also, Fangoria is a name. I'm surprised them or Shudder didn't want their name like full blown.
right.
Above the thing.
Maybe that was the decision. Well, if one can't, well, neither of us are.
No, maybe.
You want to have like Fangoria presents porno, and then it's like you think like Tony Timpone is like a pizza man, like just like hanging.
Okay, that'd be hilarious.
You know what? Speaking of Tony, it always made me sad that he never did like a Crest commercial because that motherfucker's all smiles all the time, and it's infection. He's a really nice guy.
I remember him being surprised when I had him sign my Fangoria Weekend of Horrors VHS tape.
Oh my god, his smile probably got extra wide.
You can't see it, but I have one of the giant convention banners that was signed by everybody at that bar.
How much did you come out of pocket? I just have to ask.
Honestly, considering I want to say
Was it at the auction?
Yeah, it was like 3 something, which was a lot cheaper than that would use. I mean, it's like huge. It's over my staircase. So
And how do you have it displayed?
it's displayed. It's like covers straight down the staircase as you come down here.
Nice.
Huge. Yeah, it's like one of the big.
No,
yeah,
I know.
I'll take a picture. It's hard to get
I
it.
have 3.
Do you
Oh,
really?
I do, and it was at an auction, and they were all $25, and no one wanted
Wow.
it. And I felt bad for
Nice.
Rob, our buddy Rob. He wanted the Candyman one with Tony Todd,
Right.
and he was like, "Oh," and I just won 3 of them. So he's like, "Oh, I can get one." He placed the bid. Someone outbid him, and he's like, "Oh, fuck it." So as we're walking to the car, this asshole on the phone, who just won the bid, is like, "Oh yeah, I just got this one thing for like, I think it was like $40. It's not even that much." And then Rob just felt defeated. It's like, this motherfucker had to be here right now as the day's ending, and I'm walking out empty-handed. I'm like, we could
Just
beat him
like
up.
Right.
a single shot one,
Huh?
like of Tony Todd, or was this like the?
It was Tony Todd, and he had Candyman, and then some of his other characters. I think one
Oh,
was
okay.
from
Yeah.
Hatchet.
I got some interesting ones, like Stan Winston, I think, was on my banner. A few people now that are dead, Betsy Palmer. Yeah, no, it was one of the cooler things I've got. And I'm lucky I have enough
I
space.
don't have them displayed though; they're all rolled up. But one day,
I
Yeah.
tapped out at like $100. So I was like, nope. And they went for like 300.
see, that's great. That's what I thought it was going to go for. But next thing you know, I'm walking out $75 and 3 gigantic fucking banners. I'm like, this is cool.
They can go higher than that, especially if
I
it's
noticed.
everyone.
I
you know?
noticed, like with the banners, because normally they have 2 of the big ones with everyone's signature.
Yeah,
The first
2
one
of
always goes cheaper.
yeah.
Because everyone
Yeah.
has that regret that they didn't get it. Like, all right, here's my money.
Well, that one was only 125, so I'll get the second one for the same, and then it just goes higher and higher and higher.
It's a lot of signatures. I mean, it is worth it if you do that, especially now with everybody charging. You know.
I don't
It's hard
get
'cause
signatures on those. It's final. It's not gonna last.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Unless you do the clear spray, the sealant. you're good.
Mhm.
But
Yeah,
porno,
I have. Oh, where'd it go? Oh yeah,
Yeah.
we're
We'll get
totally
to
off topic.
we were talking about Fangoria's porno.
Well, at least it's somewhat in topic.
Fangoria.
Fangoria.
So-
But yes, I liked the movie. I thought it was fun. There's a better movie like this, kind of Midnight movie. This is a good double feature with that. Could have had a little more. I'm gonna be Dan on where your head here. Could have had a little more nudity for something called porno. But yeah,
Right.
I recommend checking this out.
I was surprised at the amount of nudity that it did have, quite frankly, because it is there. You know, mostly topless, but you get a little more. So I actually had a great time with this. It's again,
Technically, there was full nudity, Dan.
huh?
There was full nudity.
Yeah, brief.
Well, you said topless.
Well, I'll also say I think there was something going on with the pubes there.
It was a merkin, but it doesn't
Yeah,
mean she wasn't topless or she wasn't fully nude.
Yeah, I know.
I like
But-
you can actually use merkin in a real sentence here. That's fucking awesome. How often does that happen?
Right?
It was a merkin. It's a funny name.
You know where I learned what a merkin was?
Fern?
From Trauma.
Oh, okay.
I can't remember which one of the early sex comedies. There's a commercial for a merkin in it.
God, it goes back that far. Wow.
Yeah. Like, and there's a jingle and everything. Once you hear it, it'll get stuck in your head. I finally got it out of mine. You know what? I'm going to find it. That'll be a feature next week.
I think we need
Play
to see
it, yeah.
it. Or listen to it.
All right. So, like, obviously, you can make comparisons to Demons, which is kind of like the ultimate movie theater horror movie. This is not Demons. But I liked it a lot. It was interesting, and I almost have to ask this. So, it's a Christian movie theater that they work at, which I thought was actually a fun element.
But is it really a Christian movie theater or just people who are all Christians running a movie theater?
I think this was a Christian. Well,
They didn't show
here's the
Christian
question.
movies. Like they showed
Yeah,
in
they were
Superman.
showing. Yeah, and League of Their Own, not Christian movies. They're just not.
Well, they're safe though. But here's my question.
Well, they
Was-
never made a point to call it a Christian movie theater. I just thought it was a bunch of people, you know, working at a Christian. You've never had a fucking wacko boss who's like all religious.
Well,
and he's given other religious
R-rated movie. But here's my question. So this, obviously, I can't remember League of Their Own, but is this supposed to take place in the early 90s? Or was this just like some theater that ran older movies?
No, it was definitely.
I think it was a theater that ran older movies. Really? It was in the 90s?
No cell phones. No mention of it.
They were on the clock and everything was in their locker room.
I took it as it was set then because there's no references to anything that would make it now. But they also made no big deal about it, what year it was, so it can kind of go either way.
The guy also talked about being a big fan of The Cure. Yeah,
that works. But see, I think maybe they just went for timeless, so you kind of figure out.
Okay, maybe that then, because was Encino Man and League of Their Own the same year?
Encino Man was like 94. I think it was like Pauly Shore's first.
No, it was not 94. It was before that. I want to say it was 92.
It felt like a throwback theater to me.
No, Encino Man's 92, and I'm 99% that so is League of Their Own.
Okay.
Let me look.
Yeah, honestly, that never even crossed my mind.
92. Both are 92.
Okay.
It probably adds up because, I mean, even Christian kids aren't quite as naive as the people that not in the age.
I think I was too involved. I also did not notice the no cell phone thing.
You almost have to now.
Oh my god! There's a boombox too.
I only noticed the cell phone thing is because when they don't like make an excuse for it, I'm like, okay, there's no cell phones, because that's normally the first thing that happens in a modern horror film. And
go ahead.
I was gonna say I actually prefer they do this. Oh, I got the fucking exact giveaway. It was the 90s. And there's no argument out of it. They were playing movies on film.
There you go. I didn't even think about it. Yeah, so this takes place in 90.
Throwback theater still show film.
I know. I was gonna see
real theaters too,
no throwback too, because everyone had to convert.
So I do have to put over the gore in this. It gets surprisingly nasty, and I wince. And I will spoil it. But
that's what I wanted to talk to you guys about.
When they have to tie it off, is that all? Is that I'm going to say?
Oh God! Yeah.
Dan's favorite part was the bathroom scene when he was taking it.
That was that gore gag. Impressive. Actually, with you guys, I have never felt like that. I was like, oh my god, these guys fucking went for it. So on that alone, you got to go see it. This Cadbury
when he was like putting it back in, I was
just flopping it around like it's a piece of fucking lunch meat.
Yeah. Oh god, that was like really horrible.
Yeah.
This movie, I liked it a lot. It has like a unique tone to it, and I can't even quite describe it. It's not like laugh out loud funny, but it's the right mix for me, and it doesn't sacrifice being a horror movie. Like I said, there are a couple supremely nasty gore bits. I will say I would have liked it needed better developed villains for me. They weren't, I don't know, I wanted more personality out of them, if that makes sense, particularly the female lead. But good God, easy on the eyes for sure. And
there's the hat.
I really like this. I'm probably partial being that it takes place in a theater, and and I like also Heavy Metal Jeff, especially
it's hardcore
when he's looking at the screen and there's like the skin being ripped off and everything. He's like, "Nope, I'm out." It was subtle stuff, and I was going to try and work this in at the line, "Watch your mouth, Demon Todd," but
Wild card, bitch.
So what do you guys say? Because I
yeah, I love it too. And the one that you didn't, you kind of inferred it, but the cast was all great too. You highlighted a few of them, but I think overall, I mean, I liked everyone.
Ginger Todd.
Wild card, bitch.
I give this one a 4. I really loved it. It's not a classic horror film, but you'll have a really good time.
I'm a 4.5. I was going back and forth.
See, I was sitting at a 4 when we started, but then you reminded me of that fucking gag that affects. That's going to get a whole half point extra for me. 4.5. Like, this one is a must see because I think that gag will be the top one of the year.
On par with almost anything I've seen recently. I mean, it's just like, God. Like, if you make a gorehound like me uncomfortable, you did something right.
It's impressive.
That's very impressive. All right. So moving on, we are going to talk a classic film, an all-time classic film, one of my absolute favorites, and that is 1972's Blood-Sucking Freaks, or The Incredible Torture Show, as some knew it as. And it is from the late, great writer-director Joel M. Reed. And Blood-Sucking Freaks takes you to a bizarre off-Broadway theater of the macabre, operated by a deranged impresario inside, including inside sadistic entertainments are staged for his audience's pleasure, including tortures, dismemberments, and other gruesome acts which appear to be fake. When people begin disappearing off the streets of Manhattan, the twisted truth begins to chillingly sink in. These horrifying, blood-curdling acts are not theatrical at all. All right, so this is a movie. I remember when I first saw it. Todd's old enough to see it first run, but I saw it on home video, and it blew my mind. It just blew my mind. I thought 1972, I'm probably going to get, I'm not going to get like a huge gore show.
76.
Yeah, it was shot in 72 though, wasn't it?
I can tell you. I can tell you when it was released in 76 because it was the year I was born. So. Okay.
All right. I could be wrong. For some reason, 72 is in my head, and I thought they shot it a little earlier. But all right, 76 either way.
You tend to go off when it was released anyway. So.
Yeah, that's true. All right. So, but anyways, when I first saw it, my mind was blown. I was not expecting the level of depravity that I got. Every single scene in this film is absolutely fucked up. I mean, I'm sitting here and I'm like, is he throwing darts at that girl's ass? It's like, really? It is disgusting, vile, and I love every goddamn minute of it. I have a lot to fangasm about this movie, so I will tag you guys. And when did you first discover it? What was your reaction?
Hold on, pause, Dan. I mean, you jumped right into it. You didn't even bring up why we're talking about this movie or any of the important reason.
Yeah, I said the late great Joel M. Reed.
Okay, I get. It was.
Fuck, moving on.
Okay. The whole reason we're doing this, Dan, is you wanted a tribute show. Like, yeah, this fucker died. We're talking about his movie. Moving on. I mean, that's literally how you did it.
All right, I apologize. Joel,
he's not going to hear it.
He's looking down with Ralph,
and he's like, "This motherfucker just was like, fucker died. Let's talk about the movie."
They're on a cloud right now, throwing darts at Angel's butt cheeks. They're good. They're
Jesus.
So,
what are we at, like 2 months at this point?
Yeah. So
6
anyway,
weeks.
Joel was one of the last of his generation. I mean, it's so sad. It feels like just recently, it's like we're losing H.G. Lewis, David Friedman. I mean, all of the exploitation greats now are almost gone completely. And yeah, he was one of the last ones. We still got Frank Henenlotter, but
no basket case shirts, Dan, or Frank on the show.
No basket case shirts. So describe when you first saw this, because this is certainly one you had to have a strong reaction to one way or the other. What was it like?
I'll go.
Okay.
So I thought this was my first time seeing this movie. It wasn't. I've seen it and I totally forgot. So it didn't have an impact on me like Dan, but I was like, oh shit, that's right. This one. But the reason why I saw it way back when, I think Rob Zombie and Briggs were talking about it from the Rob Zombie band, the solo band, in some interview. So I was like, oh, I gotta check that out. And then I did, and I was like, oh, that's pretty cool, but it didn't stick with me. This time, however, this hit like way harder. I was like, oh man, this is fucked up. This is fucked up and fun though. A lot of nudity, which I appreciate. And the main guy, he looks like my friend Art of Horror on Instagram. Check out his work. He's pretty good. And I actually have to bring that up to him because I think it's unintentional. So.
Also, this film's kind of a cursed film, too, as we've recently been doing these episodes, because Sardou, the actor, was murdered. Louis, Ralphus, that actor, Louis, he died early. The lead ballerina, she died. There's not a lot of people left from it, at least in
So a movie from 42 years. Oh shit, this is cursed. Everyone's dying. You know what's really fucking cursed? Gone with the fucking Wind. Everyone's dead.
Shut up, God.
Okay, real quick.
Apartment right after this movie, so it wasn't 40 years ago.
Okay, well, I'm going to say we're announcing the Flesh Wound remake with Dan as Sardou and Phil Fondacaro as Ralphus. I know what scene Dan's looking forward to.
Hey, it's 2020. It doesn't have to be Phil Fondacaro. It can be Bridget Powers, sir.
No, we're not doing any of that women power stuff.
Yeah, no race swapping, no fucking gender swapping.
It can be Bridget. It can be Bridget.
No.
You want woke blood-sucking freaks? No, that's not you.
If we swap that gender, we got to swap all the other genders. So that means everyone captures dudes.
You mean you don't want to see like Catherine Isabel and like a bunch of like slave boys and she's like throwing darts at their dinguses?
God, no, I'm not a sub like you.
He's kind of winning me over though. It's just you want to say Catherine Isabel? Yeah. The rest is just whatever. Yeah, go for it, Todd.
Yeah, Oshaka, the reason I watched this one because it was Trauma, and it was always fucking, well, it's a Trauma pickup, but it's always been one of their, when people talk about the Trauma pickups, this is one that always kind of is not included in that because it's so good. People, you know how that is.
Trauma? Snobs.
Well, it's that, or it's like, yeah. But I'm trying to think what year I saw. I know I saw it on VHS. I can't remember what year, but it was not upon initial release, Dan. I was not in. It came out when I was 8 days old, I think.
You had your like crib. It was like sticking to the grindhouse floor, and you don't know. You could have been there. Don't assume things, Todd.
No, I know. My first movie was Apocalypse Now. Yeah. First one I remember though was Star Wars, and that was my dad taking me, and we were late.
Oh yeah.
We showed up when they were walking down the hallways, the 3PO, but I remember it. Mexican time.
It had to be other than anything you'd seen at that point. I don't even, it probably was, but it didn't affect me.
I mean, it doesn't jump out like kind of like Pugs. The first time I saw it, I was like, okay, this is cool. But I don't think till like the DVD is when I was really like, okay, this is the shit.
Yeah.
And then the newest cut, I think, is the one Pug saw. Did you see the scene that was really out of place that you could tell was?
Yeah. And I don't remember seeing that the first time I saw it.
It wasn't there.
I remember it a lot. I'm like, oh, this is extra weird. Cool.
it changes the tone of the film too.
Yeah.
So I wonder if Joe Bob Briggs will be showing that version. Because it really makes a difference.
He's got testicles.
Oh yeah, well, I guess it's already up at this point. We should have watched it. We could still watch it.
It's a long.
It's on Shudder.
Yeah, it's on Shudder. Check it out.
Sardou's kind of complicated though. He's not
That's
just
why we cast you.
a dominating person. I mean, because
he likes what he likes.
He likes a little of everything. Sardou's a complex person. But man, like the dental scene, it's like, I'm just gonna remove these teeth so you can't bite. I mean, I was like, God damn, this is.
We've all been there.
That sounds like a story I don't want to hear about right now. But
I plead the fifth.
Yeah, California earthquake and just spit down, and yeah, it's horrible. The gore in this is intense. It's one though that it may not qualify as upsetting, only because some of it is just so out there. I mean, like I said, Ralph is sitting there, yes, master. Him like eating his dinner on the nude girl's back, and like the camera is falling down her ass crack. It's like, what the fuck? But it's safe to say this could not be made today. It's definitely in that classic.
Our remake.
So I was going to say, yeah, the Soska sisters, blood-sucking freaks. I see
that's how you get Catherine Isabel, Pug. So you wanted it. You liked it. See?
What if you get to be one of the slaves that whips her?
I'm cool.
I get to whip her?
Yeah, well, Sarge, you got whipped, so if she's going to
I got to reciprocate too?
Dan's all either way.
I prefer if the Suskas had nothing to do with it. Just throwing it out there.
Although, if we are going to say the one time they did do anything with Catherine Isabel, it was amazing. So,
yes.
Yeah, that's definitely their best film.
That is their best film.
If you see this movie is aged very well in the sense that it's just as shocking. There's nothing you're going to look at here and think, well, this was shocking then.
As Lloyd mentions on the intro, I think it's more shocking now.
It is, yeah. This one's
because you can't make these anymore, and he even mentioned the fact that a lot of things get less shocking as they get older, and it's kind of like the opposite on this one, which I agree with.
There's a lot of horror films.
Although the only thing that's missing is an N-word.
I think our next film's going to fall into this more shocking category too. But
yeah, we do. This is not a light week in terms of our
oh yeah.
Once again, I had the time of my life.
and tomorrow we're getting a little extra misogynistic with our Dead Hooker show.
It was a theme.
Whose theme was that? Who could have picked such a horrible idea?
Could have been. So yeah. This, if you haven't seen it, I do consider this a must-watch horror film. It's not going to be for everybody, obviously, but I think this is one that qualifies as important and just to our genre. It is a classic horror film that you must see. And I think it's the best thing in-house or not that Troma's ever had their name attached to. I am ride or die with blood.
I'm not going to go that far, but
for me, it is not even.
It's their best non-Lloyd produced film. Period. I'll give it that, but that's as far as I can go.
Well, yes, you are very attached to Toxic Avenger. I know. But
Well, no, Terra Firma would be
Terra?
my top drama film, period.
oh yes, I love all the in-house stuff. All right, but
Avenger 4 for me.
See, I go back and forth with Terra Firma and that. So I need to
Toxic
revisit.
all the way.
That's the one movie I threw on one time. I was like, "God, this won't bother my wife." She lasted like all of 4 minutes when they started killing the retards.
I'm never going to get laid, so why can't I masturbate?
Maybe we have to do a watch along for that. Dance get some goddamn headphones.
Not a PC movie at all. So Bloodsucking Freaks. Come on.
I'm a 4.5.
I'm a 4.
I knew Dan has the
top tier.
Yeah, it is. But Dan like gets extra hard for it.
Extra. This is a full-on.
This is what made him a sub.
Shut up, Todd.
You notice he never argues with me. He just tells me to shut up.
It is Swift. Like the best of both worlds. You don't just like to be whipped. You like to do the whipping, and mostly doing the whipping. So shut the fuck up, Todd.
Unless she's black.
Messed up.
Then he extra whips.
Hugs is black for you in the audio only version. That's why he makes these horrible jokes. So yes, there
Jokes.
you go. All right. So, and I do want to also say that Bloodsucking Freaks is on Blu-ray now. I don't know if we mentioned that, which is a version you will want to get.
And I do want to say, Dan, I thought this was a safe space where I could give an honest review number, and I didn't have to feel shame for it. Do you still think we're working for that old company, and they're trying to make me change my review number?
The Horror Society.
Well, I wasn't going to say it, but
Dan, every time.
I know.
We've done it before, unfairness on that one. So
again, that was not on YouTube.
I said the Horror Society. I didn't.
Oh, okay.
Double
that
was in case you didn't hear it the first time.
That wasn't clear enough, Dan. Could have just said the whores.
The whores. Okay, there you go.
Maybe we're gonna get an uncensored version of the other one now too.
Speaking of which, moving on to our next movie, which I'm very excited to talk about, from director Archibald Flankrinston. If that's your real name, dude, I am so sorry for the ass whippings that you got.
You saying Archie didn't get laid? Come on.
Yeah, but what are you going to do when you like walk up and you're new to class and it's like, I'm Archibald?
You don't. You say I'm Archie.
Or, do you guys know who Edward Lee is? Because he's my favorite writer. And if you fuck with me, I'll tell you what. Read this, find out what happened.
I'll elaborate on Lee too, because he is one of my favorite authors. But all right, so this movie's from 2009. From the mind of horror author Edward Lee comes this horrifying tale of grueling revenge and backwoods terror. Stuart Cummings, a government agent playing both sides of the law, finds himself in the nightmarish crossfire of a bloody family vendetta. Forced to delve deep into a series of gruesome murders, Cummings encounters the most twisted method of revenge ever conceived by man: the header. What's a header? Only redneck Travis Tuckton and his evil grandpappy knows for sure. And once you learn the shocking answer, you may never be the same. Get ready for the acclaimed horror film that may be the ultimate in violence and gore. Header is a film of unrelenting, twisted terror. All right, so this was put out a while ago now, 2009, from Synapse Films. Only DVD, unfortunately, but yeah. All right, so Edward Lee, I'm a massive fan of his work, particularly the more extreme stuff, which, about 75% of what he's done. And I tell you, I was shocked when this was announced back then, because I was like, how the fuck do you do it? I mean,
right?
On that budget too.
Well, believe it or not, Header's pretty twisted, and the book is a lot more twisted than the movie, but it is not nearly his most twisted story. Look at The Teratologist.
I was gonna say, are we gonna do non-spoiler then spoiler? Because I kind of feel like we have to.
Because it's not really a spoiler what the header is for very long. So but yeah, we will get in. We'll warn you first. But
now you know why Dan wears a hat and left West Virginia.
God damn it! I don't remember if this pretty accurate.
You know why you don't remember anything?
That's messed up. It's messed up. There's no holes in my head. God damn it. All right. So, anyways, Edward Lee is the shit. If you want to go to dark, twisted places, I highly recommend The Teratologist, which he co-wrote with the Ralph James White, who's another extreme horror icon. Sexual stuff that will literally make you puke, gore that you couldn't imagine in your wildest dreams. He is, it doesn't get any more disgusting, but he is a very good writer. And
they're in my cart for Amazon. I just never pulled
the header books.
Yeah,
header books.
I have that and the Teratologist. What did you say?
Teratologist.
Teratologist.
I'll tell you, dude. Like that one, even like the first 20 pages. I mean, it's like, oh my god, what the hell is this? I don't know how you
ordering it.
I don't know how you could adapt that. So, like again, you look at header and think it doesn't get any worse. It gets a lot worse. That is like nothing compared.
You want to hear something funny? I'm looking at the IMDb page, and under the reviews, this is the first one.
Mm-hmm.
Important, all caps. Every positive review here is fake. Well, we're going to call bullshit on that.
Absolutely. Dan, since you're a big fan of Edward Lee, did you pop for him and Jack Ketchum and their little cameo?
Wait.
Yeah.
Hold on. I'm just going to read the last sentence of this review. Yeah. As for me, this is my first review on IMDb and may actually be my last. I specifically created this account because of the header reviews irritated me so much.
Person.
This I think actually came out right before Human Centipede, actually. So,
what year was Human Centipede?
I want to say 2010 because I think that had its 10th anniversary.
Yeah, this is 2006, but it didn't come out from Synops till 2009.
Okay. Yeah, I did pop. Ketchum passed away a few years ago. He is also an icon, such a great writer. And man, so this is a very low budget movie. Extremely low budget. They did this on the cheap.
I had to forgive a lot, but they earned it from me.
Yeah.
To look the other way.
It's weird because there's Edward Lee. Rednecks are kind of a theme in his books. A lot of like rednecks, backwoods horror, and even in the books, he writes them like some of the dialogue in a very sometimes even hard to understand way. And there are moments in here where the acting is definitely a little bit questionable, but again, you're playing an almost otherworldly.
It took me. You'll know when I was kind of like, all right, what are these guys getting me into? Blah blah blah. Then it changes on time.
Yeah.
And I do want to say it's estimated, and I think this is a high estimate, that the budget was $350,000.
That wasn't anywhere close to that.
I think maybe they put that budget up.
Yeah, this was a lot.
That better include advertising.
Right.
It's not even.
That's right.
Right. Maybe that's so much they got from Synapse.
Yeah, maybe a quarter.
I'm gonna say, now I want Rob Zombie's header.
Yeah, I would want Alexander Aja's header. I think he would fuck that shit up.
Yeah, but I think it's a good opportunity for Rob Zombie's White Trash to shine. But I definitely get the Aja one.
There is actually, and I saw it. I don't know where I saw it. It was like somebody had somebody had like sent it. I don't know, but there was a short film. I want to say for the Big Head. I saw it forever ago, and I don't know if it ever got made, but yeah, his stuff is it might have even been something that they were trying to get a feature made.
I think I saw, and there's a Big Head short.
There is? Okay, I think I've seen that. Oh, it was long before 2018, though. But maybe that finally came out.
Maybe.
But it was definitely in this vein.
What?
Todd, this was your first time seeing it, right?
Yes.
Okay,
that's why I want to ask you, Todd. What's your opinion?
Well, we know you started out rough, and then all of a sudden you saw the light. So
yeah. Hold on, I found the Big Head listing. I'll check it after this. Yeah, I was like, what do they got me into? I'm like, all right, I'm giving it a chance. Then all of a sudden, something changed, and my eyes were glued. And I was like, I gotta go to West Virginia.
Yeah. You're talking about uprooting, which is fucking hilarious.
You talk a minute and let me grab the book and see if it says West Virginia.
Oh no, it does because it says it on the map. I noticed after I asked.
Okay. So I wasn't sure. It's accurate. It's close.
Again, why Dan had to move. One more time, and he would have been even more less computer.
If I had Pappy there to guide me through
get
it.
Get yourself a hitter, boy. I fucking hate him.
Yes.
See, I picture him being Pappy with his nephews.
This is
going to be in 10 years. I said in 10 years.
I have my legs, sir.
For
now.
I won't spoil it yet because we are going to get into spoilers. But like when he's picked up, I was like, God damn.
You were the best grandson ever, boy. I don't remember how this movie got on my radar. I must have been at a convention or something. But when someone explained the premise to me, I was like, fuck yeah, I want to check that out. Little did I know it would become one of my most favorite fucking movies to show people. I remember I took it to a party one time. Everyone's like, what the fuck is wrong with you? Only like 2 people that are like really close to me like, this is awesome, and you're awesome for showing it to me. So, yeah, I absolutely love Header. It's always one of my recommendations. But I have to warn everybody, like, it's low budget.
Yeah.
Extremely low budget.
Yeah.
And you got to forgive it for the content that we get, because, whoo, they knock it out of the park for me.
Well, and you have Edward Lee, if we ever see any more, and I certainly hope we do, it has to be super, super low budget, because this would offend like 99% of the world, I think. So, and again, Header is light compared to some of his other literature.
That is psychotic to think about. That's awesome.
Dude, you need to do a book review of Teratologist. You have to. Luckily, it's fairly short. A lot of his more extreme stuff tends to be relatively, it's not long, maybe 150 pages or something. If that. And I want to hear your review.
Okay.
It describes some of the most disgusting sexual acts that you could ever imagine. It makes a header seem like a blowjob. I'll put it that way. It's
really? Okay.
Yeah, dude. Yeah. Read that shit. So, all right. We'll kind of rate this and go into a deeper spoiler discussion. It's not, you find out what a header is pretty quick. So this isn't like you're going through 90 minutes to find out.
Yeah.
And it's a 2009 movie, so you very well may have heard of it. All right. So I have to be realistic in my review, in the sense that, yes, there are technical issues that you could pick at. It is very low budget. Some of the acting's varies in quality, but the characters are so memorable. And I mean, it's almost like a redneck fairy tale from hell. So I didn't need them all to be realistic. I'm going to give it 4 stars. Not for everybody. And yeah, and even some of the gore might have been a little better developed if it did have a budget. But man, it's disgusting. Holy shit, is it disgusting? What say you, gentlemen?
Todd?
Maybe it's just because I just saw it. I'm a 4.5. I really fucking like this thing.
That's awesome. I am totally grading emotional here. I absolutely love this. I understand why you guys are being a little more realistic because
Are you gonna cuss at me like Dan did?
No, absolutely not. You do you, I'll do me.
Thank you.
5.
See, that's how you handle it like a professional, Dan.
5 on a curve.
Yeah.
Enjoy.
You would say 5. Fuck you, Todd. See, that's not professional.
So there you go. All right, spoiler warning. Spoiler warning.
Get the drill.
We're gonna start talking more openly about it.
I didn't even get a chance to pop up the spoiler gimmick.
Even if they're watching us or listening, they can hear me say spoiler warning.
But I don't want them to be like, I didn't know spoilers were coming.
What if they turn the captions on and they're deaf? Yeah, don't be an ass.
There you go.
There.
Wow. I feel bad for the deaf person that watches this. They sure do say fuck a lot. And wait.
The auto conversion probably fucks it up.
How does it explain to a deaf person what a header is?
Say in English, they can read.
Well, we're about,
like, what's that inside? Like,
we're about to do it.
You know.
Okay. I think Pug should have the pleasure of letting her
explain a header. Explain.
Oh, right. So when someone does you super dirty, and there is only one way to get revenge, you take a circular saw and you get that drill bit, strap them down to a table, you turn it on, and then you drill the cap of their skull open without tearing the membrane. Then you get a blade, a little slit just to fit your pecker. And then you hump the shit out of it, boy. You hump the shit out of it. Get yourself a header.
And this is our last YouTube video now.
Why don't you just do like a how-to video, Pugs? Get like a.
We should totally film one. That'd be fucking hilarious. I mean, I know a girl who would do it.
Okay.
Yeah, you don't want any bone splitters to
get in your brick. Yeah. So that's a header. You skull fuck somebody, but in the most brutal way. You hump their brain till they're dead, or they're dead before, but hopefully not. And apparently, it feels better than a pussy or an asshole or a mouth. So, header.
I was going to say they didn't seem interested in anything else. So
no.
They were just. Oh God! When he picks it up, his pappy is like, what kind of man am I if I'm going to enjoy a header and my pappy?
That's a good boy.
And then look, he's like picking him up. He's like, and then he starts like.
And then they do the Rob Zombie cuts where it's like fade to black, fade in, fade to black.
So gonna be Dan in a decade. It's like, why do we have headers popping up everywhere in Atlanta now? Just don't be out of stock on the Blu-ray Dan wants.
All these.
I kind of like how the ATF agent just like already knew about all this shit. It's like, God damn, a header. Yeah. It's like, what are you talking about?
Well, they
like,
hadn't seen one in years, so.
Right. That's how we do it around here. I kept imagining like this happening in Mayberry, like Barney, just like this.
Andy, there's another header on over there. Paul, what's a header?
Otis, like from the jail, is like, a header is when you carve off the membrane.
I actually really want that now. Andy Griffin headers.
Barney, Jesus fucking Christ, Andy! What the fuck?
I don't even know what voice Dan's doing, but that's even more entertaining.
I'm nuts.
It's close.
Okay.
Nuts.
I liked it better when he was doing the other one, and it sounded like fucking what's his name from Pet Sematary.
Oh,
Hedda.
Yeah, there we go.
Gwen.
Did
you say head is header?
you don't want to go down that road?
There. See, that he nails, but he was doing a different accent. Whatever.
Who's giving? Can you imagine that girl he liked in Andy Griffith like turns up dead? I want to say Floyd is the one giving the headers. He like goes to the barber shop.
It better be Gomer.
And all I know is you have so many people confused right now. Like, what the fuck are they talking about?
We're fantasy booking Andy Griffith's header.
I know, but you know what Andy Griffith is.
You imagine Floyd the barber, like he just comes in and Floyd's like on the fucking
as long as Matlock's the one they put on the case and we bring all the worlds together.
Absolutely. So Todd, what was your favorite scene of this movie? The one that stands out.
I think honestly, probably because it was just like, what the fuck, the first header. But yeah,
did you go without knowing?
Yeah, I didn't know it. You guys didn't tell me. Okay. And this is why when Dan is not spoiler Dan, it's helpful.
This is why I do my best to not do that.
I know.
And I'm so glad this lived up to it, because this could easily go the opposite way because of how fucking shitty it's made. But like, for me,
should know.
I figured. Yeah, it's so fucking good. Like, the first time I saw it, I could not believe it. I'm like, man, this is kind of shitty quality, but it adds to the fun.
Yeah. Like, I mean, I couldn't imagine Header being made with, I don't know, like Ryan Gosling in the lead.
Oh, I'd so watch that.
Header.
Can you imagine like the theme to like Drive is the theme to Drive is playing? Dun, 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 and he's like fucking the head. Wow. All right. So
we're at an hour. So
all right.
Yeah, we are at an hour. So yes, Header, if nothing else, is a must see for any fans of extreme horror.
Yeah, fucking see it.
Yeah, you got to experience it. So that's all we got. We want everybody, again, support the Patreon, fleshwoundfeatures.com. We have a lot of uncensored. Yep, a lot of uncensored content and exclusive stuff that you can only find there. More being added every week. And also be sure to go to fleshwoundfeatures.com and join the Horror Cartel Flesh Wound Radio Facebook group, or we'll cut your fucking head off.
And give you a header.
And give you a header. We will cut it. We will cut it off and then fuck the head. How about that?
No, it's one or the other.
One or the other. We don't want to get weird.
Well, no, you got to save the whole, because first do the header, then we do the high tension.
I was going to say high tension. Okay.
We're not.
So that's the order.
Yeah. We're not perverts. And be sure to like the Flesh Wound Features Facebook page as well. All of that helps us. And here on YouTube, be sure to like and subscribe. We're YouTube virgins, so new channel, and that very much helps. So please subscribe, please like if you come upon us. Absolutely helps. And that's all I've got. Good night, guys.
Good night.
Adios.